everyone, Chrissy here, and if you're heading to the Magic Kingdom, I'm gonna go over absolutely everything within the park, from attractions, restaurants, shops, and more, as well as a few details that you may have missed while you're there. Plus, make sure to stick around to the end because I'm gonna go over a few tips and tricks to get the most out of your day. So let's get into it. The Magic Kingdom is one of 4 theme parks, 2 water parks, and over 30 themed resorts and shopping destinations that make up the Walt Disney World Resort. Magic Kingdom was the very first park to open for Disney World in 1971, and the park itself lies more than a mile away from its parking lot on the opposite side of the man-made Seven Seas Lagoon. The parking lot for the Magic Kingdom is the Transportation and Tickets Center, otherwise known as the TTC. Once you arrive at the TTC, there are a couple of ways to get to the park. The most popular and the fastest way is by taking the monorail system. If this is your first time to Disney World, I highly recommend taking the monorail if you've never done it before, because it's a must for first-timers. The monorail has 3 different lines at the TTC: the Express line, the Resort line, and the Epcot line. The Express line takes you directly to the Magic Kingdom with 0 stops. The Resort line also goes to the Magic Kingdom, but makes multiple stops at the Polynesian Resort, the Grand Floridian Resort, and the Contemporary Resort. And the Epcot line goes directly to Epcot. One downside to taking the monorails is that it's a very popular choice. So you may find that there is a long wait to take the monorails, especially during the busy times in the morning before the park opens and in the evening after the fireworks. If you don't mind something a little bit slower, you can also take the ferry boats, which is usually a lot less crowded and is a great relaxing ride across the lagoon. If you are staying off Disney property, your bus will drop you off here at the TTC, and you can either take the monorail or the boat to the park. If you are staying on Disney property, your bus will drop you off here directly in front of the park entrance, and you can skip the TTC altogether. Once you make it into Magic Kingdom, you'll find that the park is made up of 6 different areas or lands: Main Street U.S.A, Tomorrowland, Fantasyland, Frontierland, Liberty Square, and Adventureland. When you first walk into the park, the very first area that you'll encounter is Main Street U.S.A. Main Street U.S.A. is themed to resemble Walt's hometown as he remembered it in small-town America during the early 20th century. Main Street U.S.A. is filled with a number of really great shops and eateries, and once you walk through the tunnel under the train station, the very first area of Main Street that you'll encounter is Town Square. The Town Square area sets the scene for your experience to come. And starting on the left-hand side of Town Square are the town services. The Chamber of Commerce is used for package pickup, and next to that is City Hall, where you'll find guest services, information, and a lost and found. Next to City Hall is Firehouse Station 71. In here, you'll find an old fire engine, and if you explore all the way to the back of the firehouse, you'll discover a couple of adorable Dalmatian puppies. Also in this area, you'll see the Main Street vehicles like the horse-drawn carriage, an omnibus, and a jitney as they make their way up and down Main Street. And by the way, these are complimentary rides down Main Street. If you want a unique experience, jump into one of these fun vehicles to enjoy a relaxing one-way trip down Main Street. You'll either be dropped off at the castle or near the train station in Town Square. And a lot of guests don't realize that this is a complimentary experience. You'll feel like a VIP as you make your way down Main Street. Hidden away in the very far corner of Town Square is Harmony Barbershop. And yes, it's a real working barbershop where guests of all ages could come in and get a haircut. However, they specialize in first haircuts for kids. Heading over to the other side of Town Square is Curtain Call Collectibles, which offers a selection of headwear, apparel, plush toys, as well as on-site embroidery. And while you're at Curtain Call Collectibles, you'll want to keep your eyes peeled because you may just catch sight of Snow White, who is known to make appearances right here on the front porch of Curtain Call Collectibles. Next to Curtain Call Collectibles is the Town Square Theater. Here is where you can meet Tinkerbell as well as the big man himself, Mickey Mouse, who is dressed in his magnificent magician's costume. Also inside Town Square Theater is Box Office Gifts, which is home to the PhotoPass View and a pickup shop that features a large selection of arts and gifts, as well as a statue of Mr. Toad from Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Right next to Town Square Theater is Tony's Town Square Restaurant. Tony's Town Square Restaurant is a sit-down table service Italian restaurant that serves lunch and a dinner, and is where Lady and the Tramp enjoyed their romantic spaghetti dinner and shared their very first kiss. You can find nods to the canine couple all over this beautiful restaurant, including the central fountain and even their paw prints right out front. And if you walk to the very back of the restaurant, you'll even find them enjoying a quiet meal outside the back window. In the very center of Town Square is Central Park, where Sharing the Magic is located and features Walt's brother Roy Disney seated right next to Minnie Mouse to honor their supporting roles to Walt and to Mickey. Also, the flagpole here holds the only real American flag in the park. The others that you see throughout Magic Kingdom are inaccurate in some way, so they are able to be displayed at all times. However, this flag is real and is taken down daily during the flag retreat at 5 p.m. Overlooking the Town Square is the Walt Disney World Railroad Main Street Station. Here is where you can board a classic steam-powered locomotive and sit back and enjoy a relaxing 20-minute, 1.5-mile trip around the entire park. You are able to board or dismount the train at any of the 3 stations that include Main Street, Frontierland, and Fantasyland. After making your way through the Town Square, you'll start making your way down Main Street. And the first thing that you'll notice is this amazing view of Cinderella's castle. As tempting as it is to walk straight there, don't let that distract you from the great shops and eateries that line this entire area. And the very first shop on the left-hand side as you make your way down Main Street is the Emporium. And the Emporium is the largest shop in all of Magic Kingdom and has the largest selection of souvenirs, toys, and merchandise. The Emporium also hosts all of the signature collections, including the seasonal collections. And if you're looking for something specific, you'll most likely find it here in the Emporium. Directly across the street from the Emporium is a Main Street Confectionery. This is where you can get delightful treats of all kinds, from character-inspired apples, Mickey crispy treats, a wall covered in M&Ms, candied popcorn, and so much more. Stop by the open kitchen window to watch as these delectable treats are created right in front of you. Right next to Main Street Confectionery is Main Street Cinema, where you can travel back in time and shop some of the classic Disney Vault collections, including items from the 25th anniversary when the castle was decorated as a giant birthday cake. Next door to Main Street Cinema is Uptown Jewelers, and in this quaint shop you'll find handbags, watches, figurines, and even some gems and charms of the Disney Parks collection from Pandora Jewelry. Next to Uptown Jewelers is a small street where you can find the Silhouette Portraits cart and the balloon vendor, where you can buy one of the classic Disney balloons. Also in this area, you'll want to keep an eye out for the Dapper Dan's Barbershop Quartet, as they are known to put on a lively performance several times throughout the day. This 4-man group will charm audiences with their harmonies, tap dances, and vaudeville humor. The Main Street Philharmonic Marching Band also makes occasional appearances here to perform songs from classic Disney films. The next shop that you'll come across on the right-hand side is Crystal Arts. And you'll definitely want to explore this shop as it has some truly amazing crystal art. I love walking in to admire some of the extravagant figures like the Cinderella's castle that you can purchase if you have an extra $250,000 to spare. There's also a collection of tiaras here, or you can buy a tiara designed after your favorite Disney princesses. In the very back, there's also live glass blowing throughout the day, where you can watch as the artists create some beautiful glass ornaments right here in the shop. Across the street from Crystal Arts is Disney Clothiers. Here's where you can find character-themed apparel for everyone you know, including some outfits for some four-legged members of the family. Up next and on the right-hand side is Main Street Bakery. This is where you can grab a Starbucks coffee and fresh baked Disney treats. It may come as no surprise that this shop is pretty popular, especially in the morning when everyone is needing a little bit of a caffeine fix. At the very end of the street on the right-hand side is Plaza Ice Cream Parlor. And here is where you can indulge in some hand-scooped ice cream and sundaes. This is the perfect place to go and cool down on a very hot day. Right next to the ice cream parlor is the Plaza Restaurant. And the Plaza Restaurant is another sit-down table service restaurant where you can get casual eats in an elegant, sophisticated setting. This restaurant serves both lunch and dinner, and the menu offers something for everyone from sandwiches to burgers and their home-style meatloaf. At the very end of the street on the left is Casey's Corner. And Casey's Corner is a quick service restaurant that serves some of your favorite American baseball classics, including hot dogs, corn dog nuggets, and fries. Casey's Corner also has a pianist that performs several times throughout the day. And this pianist will dazzle you with their very impressive repertoire, and don't be afraid to make requests. Just past Casey's Corner is the Crystal Palace Restaurant. The Crystal Palace is a sit-down table service restaurant that serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This restaurant has character dining and offers a buffet-style cuisine. The Crystal Palace is themed to a Victorian greenhouse where Winnie the Pooh and his friends are celebrating Friendship Day. So be sure to get a reservation here to see Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Piglet, and Eeyore in this bright and tropical setting. The area in front of the castle is called the Hub and is considered the center of Magic Kingdom and not a part of any lands. In the center of the Hub is the iconic partner statue that depicts Walt holding hands with the character he created, Mickey Mouse. Directly in front of the castle is the Castle Forecourt stage. Here is where you can find the Let the Magic Begin show. This 5-minute show happens every day as the opening ceremony, where you can join Mickey and the gang as they welcome you to the most magical place on Earth.
1, 2, 3!
This show happens right before the park's official opening, and the guests are allowed inside Main Street and the Hub about 30 minutes before. Be sure to arrive early to get a good spot to catch the show. Also throughout the day, you'll see Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair stage show. During this show, you'll watch Mickey and his friends take the stage for an exciting musical extravaganza. During the show, you'll see everyone from Mickey and Minnie, Donald and Daisy, Goofy, Olaf, Anna and Elsa, Tiana and Louie the alligator, as well as other familiar faces. And the show takes place right in front of Cinderella's castle. This castle is the iconic centerpiece of Magic Kingdom. And this amazing castle stands over 189 feet tall and holds 27 towers. At the time of filming, the castle still had its 50th anniversary theme, but this will change as the celebration ends. The castle looks much taller as you look up at it because of the forced perspective design that uses larger bricks on the bottom and smaller bricks on top. If you walk through the tunnel underneath the castle, you'll be able to enjoy the amazing mosaics that grace the wall. These priceless masterpieces are made of over 300,000 pieces of Italian glass, sterling silver, 14-karat gold, as well as a few gemstones, and depicts the story of Cinderella from beginning to end. And once you finish in the hub area, you have several options of where to go from here. And if you go to the right of the castle, heading counterclockwise around the park, the next land that you'll enter is Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland is themed to show guests how the world is moving towards the future. Even though some of the futuristic ideas may have been long surpassed by real-life advances, today it has a retro, modernistic atmosphere with some classic and new attractions. And the first attraction that you'll come across as you walk into Tomorrowland is the Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor, where you'll get to step inside the only laugh factory in Monstropolis and make your way into a comedy club hosted by the Monster of Ceremonies himself, Mike Wazowski. These scare actors love to engage in the audience, so don't be surprised if you become a part of the show.
Your number was 11.
Just past the Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor, you'll find Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin. On this, you'll board your XP-37 Star Cruiser and voyage deep into the Gamma Quadrant, where you'll take aim at the glowing Z targets with your infrared laser cannon. Use your cruiser's joystick to spin a full 360 degrees so that you can blast all the targets in sight. This ride is really fun and perfect for kids of any age. Once you finish saving the galaxy, you'll be released right into the gift shop Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin Photos, where you and your little Space Ranger will be able to find everything that they need and want to defend the galaxy, from apparel, toys, and more. Just across the walkway from Buzz Lightyear is the Carousel of Progress. And I have to admit that I love this ride, and on this you'll follow an American family over 4 generations of progress and watch as technology transforms their lives. During each era, you'll learn about how the technology marvels of the day made life more comfortable and paved the way for unimaginable innovations. The Carousel of Progress is one of the longest running stage shows in the history of American theater, and one of the oldest attractions in Disney World. Plus, the song is so catchy that you'll find yourself humming it throughout the rest of the day. It's always a great way to remind you that there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day.
There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, just a dream away.
Right next to the Carousel of Progress, you'll find the Tomorrowland stage. And if you're a fan of Stitch or Buzz Lightyear, you'll want to make sure that you check the My Disney Experience app because they will both make appearances here throughout the day for photos. Unfortunately, you won't be able to get autographs from them at this location, but they are happy to pose for you as you take your photos. Just across the walkway from the Tomorrowland stage, you'll find the lunching pad. At the lunching pad, you'll be able to fuel up with out-of-this-world specialties for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Just above the lunching pad is where you'll find the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover, And on the People Mover, you'll embark on a 10-minute tour of Tomorrowland aboard this mass transit system of the future. During your narrated tour, you'll go behind the scenes of attractions like Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin, Space Mountain, and Star Trader's retail shop. And you'll also get to see an architectural model of Progress City, the prototype for Epcot. The fun fact of the People Mover is that it accelerates magnetically using linear induction motors. And just above the People Mover is where you'll find the Astro Orbiter. Here, you'll be able to take off in a 2-passenger spaceship that levitates high into the air and begins orbiting a galaxy of planets while the sights and sounds of Tomorrowland whirl far below you. If you're looking for a cool place to cool down once you've returned to Earth, you'll have to make your way over to the Cool Ship, where you'll be able to fuel up in the Space Age stand featuring buttery popcorn and fluffy cotton candy. Then, before you blast off again, cool off with a refreshing beverage or by stepping below the cooling misters underneath the rockets. If you need a little bit of a pick-me-up while you're back here in Tomorrowland, or if you just don't want to wait in the long lines that you'll find at the bakery on Main Street, then you'll want to head over here to Joffrey's Revive, where you'll find specialty drinks and coffees, including a new beverage inspired by TRON. Behind Joffrey's is the legendary Space Mountain. On this ride, you'll dip and careen into complete darkness and blast past shooting stars, celestial satellites, and even though the max speed of this ride is only 27 miles an hour, it just feels so much faster because of how dark it is. Right next to Space Mountain is the Tomorrowland Launch Depot, where you'll be able to customize your own Tron-inspired action figure at the Grid digitalization portal and make an action figure that looks and sounds just like you. And while you're here, don't forget to commemorate your time in the Grid with the perfect souvenir that includes apparel, collectible pins, toys like this remote control light cycle, and light up accessories. Once you finish creating your own program and picking up gear, you'll want to head back into Magic Kingdom's newest ride, TRON, where you'll be able to climb aboard your very own light cycle and take off on a high-speed adventure racing against the Grid's most menacing programs. On this ride, you'll surge past your fierce opponents as you attempt to cross through 8 energy gates and secure your team's victory. If you need a bit of a snack after your victory, then you'll want to head over to Energy Bites. This new kiosk is serving up tasty eats and sips that draw inspiration from the futuristic environment around you. Whether you're looking for breakfast bites, savory snacks, sweet treats, or refreshing beverages, this will be your go-to pit stop as you venture forward in the world of Tomorrowland. If you're looking for even more cold treats, then you'll want to head over to Anti-Gravity's Galactic Goodies, where you'll come back to Earth for a sweet treat like soft serve ice cream, sundaes, floats made with soda, smoothies, and fountain soft drinks. Right next to Anti-Gravity's Galactic Goodies is where you'll find Star Traders, where you'll be able to find stellar on-trend apparel and souvenirs inspired by your favorite Disney characters. Just across the walkway is the Tomorrowland Speedway, where you and your kids can take the wheel of a gas-powered car and strap yourself in for an exciting and scenic drive. As the checkered flag is waved, you're off, and then you'll be accelerating around sharp bends and lush foliage. Spot iconic attractions visible from the roadway and pick up the pace as you sprint to the finish line. This ride features a working gas pedal and steering wheel. You'll be able to navigate up and down inclines and around curves. Just across from the Tomorrowland Speedway is Cosmic Ray's Starlight Cafe, where you can explore a galaxy of enticing options that include bacon cheeseburgers, chicken strips, and plant-based burgers, all while enjoying the musical entertainment of Sunny Eclipse. And once you've passed Cosmic Ray's Starlight Cafe, you'll make your way into Fantasyland. And here in Fantasyland, you'll find yourself walking through fairy tale stories from your childhood that come alive all around you. And the first thing that you'll come across in Fantasyland is the Merida Meet and Greet, where you can visit Merida from Brave in a setting inspired by her Scottish homeland. Right next door to Merida is the Cheshire Cafe, where you'll be able to put a smile on your face with some refreshments from this fairy tale cottage-inspired kiosk that is famous for its Cheshire cattail, that is a freshly baked pastry filled with chocolate chips, as well as this delicious Merry Unbirthday Cupcake, which is a sprinkle-filled birthday cake flavored cupcake with tea-infused buttercream. And just across the way from the Cheshire Cafe is the legendary Mad Tea Party. Here, you'll get to pour yourself into an oversized pastel teacup and twirl around a wild wonderland of color and song. As the party gets underway, you'll sail back and forth around a towering teapot as festive music fills the air. Once you step off of the Mad Tea Party, then you'll have your choice of either going left or right. And if you head to the right, the next area that you'll come across is the Storybook Circus. And here at Storybook Circus, you'll find a new expansion of Fantasyland that presents more Disney characters and stories in two themed areas that include the Enchanted Forest and Storybook Circus. Storybook Circus is based off of the animated film Dumbo, where Casey Jr., the famous locomotive from the movie, has rolled into town and brought the grand Storybook Circus with him. And the very first attraction that you'll come across in Storybook Circus is the classic ride Dumbo the Flying Elephant. Based on the 1941 Disney animated masterpiece Dumbo, this classic attraction lets you hop atop everyone's favorite circus elephant as he discovers that he can fly. Dumbo's faithful friend Timothy Q. Mouse helps keep you aloft with his magic feather. If your kids are looking for more of a thrill, then you'll want to take them next door to the Barnstormer. The Barnstormer is where you'll climb aboard a wacky stunt plane and hold on tight as you take the skies above Fantasyland. Just past the Barnstormer, you'll find the Walt Disney World Railroad Station in Fantasyland. And here, like the station in Main Street, you can hop aboard and take a relaxing ride back up to Main Street or over to Frontierland, or just make a round trip and come right back here to Storybook Circus. If you need a fun place to cool down while you're here, just in front of the train station is Casey Jr.'s Splash and Soak Station, where you and the kids can cool off in a whimsical water play area inspired by the circus train from Walt Disney's Dumbo. While you're here, your kids can play and splash around this wild circus train. And while you relax, unwind and enjoy a cool break. Casey Jr. lets off billows of refreshing steam, while circus animals including monkeys, elephants, and camels may spray their visitors with water. if you're looking for a quiet place to charge your phones while you take a break from the Florida sun, there is a small tent back here that is a rest area with charging stations. Each charging station has both AC and USB outlets available for you to charge your mobile devices. You do have to bring your own cable with you, but the outlets are here and available at no additional charge. Once you're completely recharged and refreshed, you'll want to head over to Pete's Silly Sideshow, where you can step right up and say hello to the stars of the slapstick circus snake charmer extraordinaire, the astonishing Donaldo, and his daring stunt pal, the great Goofini. You'll get to see Goofy first, and I love that they really take time with each guest and truly make you feel special regardless of how old you are. Once you finish visiting Goofy, you'll make your way over to the astounding Donaldo. While you're here, you'll want to make sure to take time to share hugs, get autographs, and snap pictures with your brand new friends. Once you finish visiting Goofy and Donald, then you'll want to head right next door to visit Daisy Duck and Minnie Mouse. You'll start by visiting the mysterious fortune teller, Daisy Fortuna, and then you'll get the opportunity to meet the marvelous Minnie Magnifique, who is spectacularly dressed in her circus costume. When you finish meeting your favorite Disney friends, you'll be released into Big Top Souvenirs, where you can come and gather around this 3-ring extravaganza for a magical circus packed with zesty snacks, sweet treats, cold drinks, unforgettable souvenirs, and collectible pins. It's also the perfect place to pick up fresh popcorn and cotton candy while you're here. Once you finish with all of the fun that you can have in Storybook Circus, you'll make your way into the other newest expansion, the Enchanted Forest, where you can venture through lush landscapes and discover roaring waterfalls and royal castles that are inspired by The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast. And the very first attraction that you'll come across is a place where you can meet Ariel in her grotto. And in here, you can venture into her seaside grotto and meet Ariel among all of her treasures. She has gadgets and gizmos aplenty, and she's always looking forward to making new friends. Just across the way from Ariel's grotto is Prince Eric's Village Market, where you can discover a wide variety of tempting snacks like turkey legs, jumbo pretzels, grapes, and pickles. But while you're here, don't forget to pick up one of their sensational frozen slushies. Once you finish enjoying your snack, you'll want to head over to the Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid, where you'll board a clamshell and become a part of Ariel's world on a musical adventure awash with scenes from the animated classic. During your underwater adventure, you'll go below the waves on a tour of Ariel's gadget-filled grotto, where you'll come across immersive special effects and hand-drawn animation sequences that recreate each unforgettable scene. Watch Sebastian the Crab conduct every singing and dancing fish in the sea. Then skulk past the sinister eel-infested lair, and then cheer on as Prince Eric kisses the girl. While you're here, spot Ariel's friends Flounder and Scuttle, and her father King Triton. But you'll also get to see Ursula the Sea Witch, who looms 7.5 feet tall and 12 feet wide. Once you come back from your adventure, if you're looking for an extra special souvenir, then you'll want to head over to Bonjour Village Gifts, where you'll be able to find unforgettable Disney-themed arts and collectibles from some of your most beloved Disney movies. Right next to Bonjour Village Gifts is Gaston's Tavern, where you'll find the manliest of manly taverns. In here, you'll find satisfying snacks, including these amazing warm cinnamon rolls, as well as the tavern's signature drink, Le Fou's Brew, the restaurant's signature non-alcoholic drink. Just next door to Gaston's Tavern is the beautiful Be Our Guest restaurant. If you're able to get reservations, you'll have to try and get a meal at Be Our Guest. The Imagineers for Be Our Guest created the restaurant to look like a real-life representation of what the castle would have really looked like. And it is absolutely beautiful. The restaurant is broken down into 3 different rooms: the Grand Ballroom, the West Wing, and the Castle Gallery. You are able to see the Beast while you're here, as he does walk through each and every room to say hello. However, he doesn't stop at every table like they would at any other character dining experience. I actually did a complete overview of this restaurant, so if you would like to get more information, I'll plug the link in the description below. If you're looking for Belle, you'll be able to find her here at Enchanted Tales with Belle, where you'll step into Bella Maurice's quaint country cottage and marvel at their charming decor. Next, you'll head into Maurice's workshop, where you'll see his inventive gadgets and a special enchanted mirror that will magically transport you to Beast Castle, where you'll meet an enchanted wardrobe who will select participants to play a part in the story. Once the cast is selected, you'll head into the library, where you'll surprise Belle and get to cheer along as the newly selected cast reenacts the story before you.
Most ferocious beast I've ever seen! Jump out and roar!
Once you finish your visit with Belle, if you want more adventure, then you'll want to head over to the 7 Dwarves Mine Ride. On this ride, you'll clamber into a rustic mine train and make your way up a steep incline. At the summit, feel the wind across your face as you navigate hairpin turns. Then you'll head deep into the mine shaft as your cart swings back and forth. Soon, the dark sparkles with glittering jewels, and you'll encounter the 7 dwarves whistling and singing while they work. Then you'll head through the cavern and climb skyward. At the peak, you'll get an incredible view of Fantasyland before racing back down to the foot of the mountain. Just across from the 7 Dwarves Mine Train is where you'll find the Winnie the Pooh and Tigger meet and greet, where you can spend time with one of my favorite characters, Winnie the Pooh, and his good friend Tigger. If you want to spend even more time with Winnie the Pooh and his friends, then you'll want to head next door, where you'll travel to 100 Acre Wood and an oversized honey pot and get swept away by a gust of wind with Gopher, Piglet, Eeyore, Kanga, and Roo before sliding into Owl's house. And then you'll bob up and down with Tigger during a hide-and-seek adventure before saying goodbye to your friends and celebrating Pooh as he finally gets his hands on what he's been searching for, a delicious pot of honey. Once you come back from your adventure, you'll return through 100 Acre Goods, where you'll be able to forage for all things Winnie the Pooh and his friends, from apparel, accessories, toys, and more. If you're hankering for a cold treat after this, then you'll want to head next door to Storybook Treats, where you'll be able to indulge in hot fudge sundaes, soft serve ice cream, floats, and more. Right next door to Storybook Treats is the Friar Nook, where you can tuck away into a tasty American cuisine that's inspired by the classic Disney film Robin Hood. Just next door to Friar Nook is where you'll find the Princess Fairy Tale Hall, where you'll be able to have a dazzling encounter with Cinderella, as well as a few other princesses in this beautiful royal setting. While you're in line, you'll want to keep your eyes peeled for a case containing Cinderella's famous glass slipper. Then you'll be escorted to meet Cinderella herself, who will take the time to speak with each and every knight and princess as she takes photos and signs autographs. Then you'll step aside to meet a second princess, who during our visit was the Princess Elena of Avalor. Right next door to the Princess Fairy Tale Hall is where you'll find Sir Mickey's. Here, you'll discover a treasure trove of costumes, apparel, and accessories as you enter the world of the brave little tailor that is overrun by this giant beanstalk. Once you're finished shopping for your perfect princess dress or night gear, then you'll want to head next door to Cinderella's royal table. If you're able to get reservations, you'll be able to dine inside Cinderella's castle in this one-of-a-kind fairy tale setting. Cinderella's royal table is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and is where Cinderella will greet you in this beautiful, majestic grand hall. Then you'll be able to dine with a few of your other favorite princesses in this storybook setting that surrounds you by soaring stone archways, majestic medieval flags, and majestic stained glass windows that overlook Fantasyland. If dining in Cinderella's royal table inspires you to get the entire princess transformation treatment, then you'll want to try and get a reservation for Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. Here is where fairy godmother apprentices will pamper and primp your child until they are storybook stunning as an elegant prince or princess. While you're near Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, during certain times throughout the day, you'll want to keep your eyes peeled for special appearances by Cinderella's stepsisters, Anastasia and Drusilla, who are unable to stay away from the spotlight and will take time to pose for pictures and sign autographs. If you're looking for another fun photo spot, just in front of our next attraction is the Sword and the Stone photo spot, where you'll be able to take your shot at pulling the sword out of the stone yourself. And I have heard that the sword does come out occasionally for a few lucky people that are worthy of becoming king or queen, but I'm obviously not one of them. Once you're done, you'll want to head over to our next attraction, which is Prince Charming's Regal Carousel, where you'll climb aboard one of the 90 wooden carved ornate horses or one intricately carved chariot at this classic attraction that's inspired by Disney's Cinderella. If you need a snack after your spin on Prince Charming's Regal Carousel, then you'll want to head over to Pinocchio's Village House, where real boys and girls can feast on Italian favorites in this quaint cottage that is inspired by the classic Disney film Pinocchio. You'll be able to enjoy your meal in several different dining rooms, including one that overlooks the classic ride It's a Small World. Or if you're wanting to get away from the crowd a bit, head upstairs for a quieter space on either the inside or outside. If you're ready for your next adventure, then you're gonna head across the way to Mickey's PhilharMagic, where you'll put on your 3D glasses and take a seat in a concert hall in front of a 150-foot wide, 180-degree seamless wrap-around screen. Then get plunged into a 3D dream world of classic Disney animated musical sequences. When you get released from PhilharMagic, you'll walk right into Fantasy Fair, where you'll find an array of whimsically themed hats and headwear, including a selection of Mickey ears. Right next door to Fantasy Fair is the classic Peter Pan's Flight, where you'll embark on a high-flying adventure over iconic scenes made famous by Disney's animated film Peter Pan. But before you even board your high-flying pirate galleon, your adventure begins in a delightful interactive queue that will take you through the Darlings' home, where you'll get to stroll through the nursery where Michael, Wendy, and John sleep, and where Tinkerbell is currently causing a little bit of mischief. I really loved the interactive pieces like the shadow bells and the butterflies. Then you'll board your pirate galleon and follow Peter Pan on a flight of a lifetime. On this ride, you'll wave goodbye to Nana and fly over London, where Big Ben and a Tower Bridge light up the night. Then you'll descend into Neverland between glowing volcanoes and sparkling waterfalls. Afterwards, you'll head into Pirates Cove to find out if Peter Pan ever defeated Captain Hook before waving goodbye and flying back home. If you're looking for a classic ride after Peter Pan's Flight, then you'll want to head across the way to It's a Small World. On It's a Small World, you'll be able to sing along to the classic anthem of world peace. On this musical boat tour, you'll cruise along the Seven Seaways waterway, on a gentle 10-minute journey that takes you along all 7 continents. On here, you'll pass through vivid, fantastical scenes representing the iconic sights and sounds of dozens of nations, all while a cast of dancing darlings from nearly every corner of the world achieve universal harmony as they sing one song in many different languages. Once you've passed It's a Small World, if you look to your right, you'll be able to see Rapunzel's tower perched above a cliff over this beautiful waterfall. There's no rides in Rapunzel's area, but there is this wonderful shaded rest area that has a number of tables and outlets to allow you to charge your phones while you're here. Plus, it's beautifully decorated, and I can't help but admire the paintings all along the walls that seem to be painted by Rapunzel herself. While you're in the rest area, if you have a bit of time to burn, you'll want to head over to the little creek that has a small scavenger hunt that you and the kids can try your hands at while you're here. There are apparently 10 pascals to find, but we were only able to find 3 of them. If you know where the rest of them are in this area, let me know down in the comments below. Once you've walked past Rapunzel's area, the next land that you'll come across is Liberty Square. Liberty Square takes you straight back to the colonial era of the United States, right in the midst of the Revolutionary War. The entire area is a mix of a number of American cities as they existed during the nation's earliest years. And the first attraction that you'll come across in Liberty Square is the famous Haunted Mansion. This is one of my favorite rides in Magic Kingdom, and on this ride, you'll climb aboard a gloomy doom buggy for a grave journey through a labyrinth of haunted chambers. Even the queue has a number of fun, supernatural hands-on experiences. When you finally make it into the Haunted Mansion, you'll be escorted into a dark chamber where the walls will seemingly stretch all around you. Then you'll head into your doom buggy where you'll glide past a casket-filled conservatory, Madame Leota's chilling seance room, and a ghostly graveyard of singing specters as you attempt to find your way out. While you exit, make sure to be aware of hitchhikers. If you want to take home a little memento of your time in the Haunted Mansion, then you'll want to head next door to Memento Mori, where you'll walk right into the former abode of Madame Leota. In here, you'll have the best chance to find the perfect Haunted Mansion souvenir from apparel, accessories, and more. Plus, while you're in here, you may want to keep your eyes peeled because you may just spy Madame Leota peering in from time to time. Right next door to Memento Mori is where you'll find Columbia Harbor House. Here is where you'll be able to dig into delicious seafood as well as other New England-inspired favorites in this cozy seafaring atmosphere. There is plenty of seating both upstairs and downstairs, with numerous fun artifacts and nautical knickknacks all around you to admire. If you're looking for a nice relaxing ride after your meal, then you'll want to head down to the Liberty Bell. The Liberty Bell is a 47-foot-tall working reproduction of historic vessels that ferried people up and down the mighty Mississippi. This boat has an actual steam engine that converts water from the river to steam that powers the large paddles that in turn propels the boat. During this 17-minute trip around Tom Sawyer's Island, you'll encounter a rarely seen side of Magic Kingdom. This includes sights of Harper's Mill, a Native American village, and a number of woodland animals. If you're looking for something that's a bit more relaxing and get off your feet for a bit, you'll want to check out the Liberty Square Riverboat. Just across the way from the Liberty Square Riverboat is where you'll find the Liberty Square Market. And here you can sink your teeth into chips, healthy snacks, hot dogs, or cool down with a refreshing beverage. Past the Liberty Square Market is the Hall of Presidents. And in the Hall of Presidents, you'll be able to take a seat in a stately theater home to 3 massive digital projection screens and a grand procession. But before you even walk into the Grand Theater, you'll be able to walk around the lobby that holds memorabilia from presidents past, as well as a replica of the Great Seal of the United States. Once you're in the theater, you'll watch an original film developed by Pulitzer Prize-winning historian that tells the dramatic story of the nation's founding. Then you'll learn about the formation of the Constitution and the hard-fought struggles along the way, such as the American Revolution and the Civil War. This show is updated every time a new president is elected, and the new president's figure, animatronics, and speech are created and recorded to ensure that the attraction is not outdated. And if you love historical and patriotic presentations, you'll want to swing by and check out the Hall of Presidents. Just past the Hall of Presidents is where you'll find the famous Parasol Cart. Here, you'll discover a beautiful display of colorful parasols that are completely customizable with artwork and lettering. If you're a big fan of waffles or funnel cake, then you'll want to head next door to Sleepy Hollow, where you'll be able to choose between savory or sweet waffle sandwiches or a funnel cake topped with strawberries and whipped cream. Just across the street from Sleepy Hollow is where you'll find an additional silhouette cart located here in Liberty Square for a beautiful little memento to take home with you. If you love Christmas, then you'll want to head over to Ye Olde Christmas Shop, where you'll be able to celebrate Christmas any time of the year and discover unique Disney ornaments, stockings, and goodies galore. Just past Ye Olde Christmas Shop, you'll find a beautiful oak tree, and this is the Liberty Tree. This beautiful tree is actually based on the original Liberty Tree in Boston that served as a gathering place for the Sons of Liberty in the months leading up to the Boston Tea Party. The Liberty Tree illuminates each evening with the lights from 13 lanterns, each light representing one of the original 13 colonies. Right next to the Liberty Tree is a replica of the Liberty Bell. This replica was cast for Walt Disney World using the same exact mold as the original Liberty Bell and stands 8 feet tall and weighs 2.5 tons. If all of this is getting you hankering for a Thanksgiving meal, then you're in luck, because right next door is the Liberty Tree Tavern, where you'll be able to dine in this beautiful colonial-style inn that serves you an all-you-can-enjoy traditional Thanksgiving meal with all of the fixins every single day of the year. You'll be able to enjoy a feast for lunch and dinner that includes an all-you-care-to-enjoy Patriots platter piled high with roasted turkey, pot roast, and oven-roasted pork, accompanied by traditional sides, and finished off with this incredible ooey-gooey toffee cake with chocolate sauce and vanilla ice cream. There are 6 themed rooms at Liberty Tree Tavern that commemorates a pivotal figure in U.S. history that includes Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, John Paul Jones, Paul Revere, Betsy Ross, and George Washington. So you'll want to take some time after your meal to wander and explore the artifacts that are famously associated with each American hero. If you love the food at Liberty Square Tavern, but you just want a different atmosphere, then head next door to the Diamond Horseshoe. Here, you'll be able to enjoy the very same all-you-care-to-enjoy Thanksgiving feast with all of the trimmings, but just set to a Western music hall. Once you've passed the Diamond Horseshoe, you'll come into our next area, Frontierland. Frontierland is themed to the Old West, where there are cowboys, saloons, and the adventure of the gold rush. The very first attraction that you'll come across is the Frontierland Shootin' Arcade, where you'll be able to take aim at nearly 100 targets in an Old Western themed shooting gallery. At this free attraction, you and your little ones can take up a replica buffalo rifle and take aim against the southwestern landscape. This arcade uses projectile-free infrared technology, so feel free to take your best shot against an array of moving and stationary targets to test your marksmanship. Just past the Frontierland Shootin' Arcade is where you'll find the Frontier Trading Post, where you'll be able to find Western and Native American gear. This location also holds a collection of pins for either shopping or trading. If you're looking for one of those coonskin caps or a cowboy hat, then you'll want to head across the way to Big Al's, where you'll be able to stock up for your frontier adventure with provisions. Just across from Big Al's is the Country Bear Jamboree. The Country Bear Jamboree is one of the very last attractions that Walt Disney personally helped develop. And in this rustic theater known as Grizzly Hall, you'll take a seat before the lights dim and clap along as 18 audio animatronic bears sing and play during the 16-minute foot-stopping celebration. You'll hear a medley of original and classic tunes, all performed by the zaniest critters in the woods. If you're looking for a quick snack after catching the Country Bear Jamboree, then you'll want to head across the way to Westward Ho. Here, you'll be able to take a break from the blazing trail and enjoy some cool refreshments like frozen lemonade or cold brew coffee. This is also the location where you're able to pick up the popular Wendell's Bear Claw. This traditional bear claw is dipped in chocolate and sprinkled with hazelnuts, and it's a great snack as you're walking through the frontier. If you're looking to get away from the crowds for a while, then I highly recommend taking the ferry across the River of America to Tom Sawyer's Island. On the island, you'll wander dusty dirt roads lined with tall trees, where you'll be able to explore Harper's Mill, cross creaky suspension bridges, and discover Potter's Mill. You'll even find a few dark caves to explore. While you're on the island, don't miss your chance to explore the fort in the very back of the island, which is a really awesome place to have an adventure. Tom Sawyer's Island is one of my favorite places in Magic Kingdom to get away from the crowds for a while if you're looking for a quiet place to escape. Once you cross back from Tom Sawyer's Island, then you'll head to our next attraction, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. On a Big Thunder Mountain, you'll descend into an abandoned mine shaft to board your train. As you enter the Cursed Cavern, the engine will speed along on its rickety track. Then you'll dodge exploding dynamite and falling boulders as you swoop around turns, drop into canyons, and dart through the mysterious ghost town of Tumbleweed. Just next to Big Thunder Mountain is the Frontierland station for the Walt Disney World Railroad. This is where you'll be able to catch the train back to Fantasyland or Main Street, USA. Right next to the train station is where you'll find Tiana's Bayou Adventure. This was still under construction during the time of filming, but on this ride, you'll join Princess Tiana and the jazz-loving alligator Louie during the Mardi Gras season as they prepare to host a one-of-a-kind celebration for the people of New Orleans. This ride is anticipated to open in 2024, and even though we'll miss Splash Mountain, we'll look forward to checking this out next year. If you're hungry while you're in Frontierland, then you'll want to head across the way to Pecos Bill Tall Tale Inn and Cafe. Here, you'll be able to rustle up some grub at this Western saloon. While you're here, there are numerous tables to use and enjoy several dishes like fajitas, southwestern salad, and bacon cheeseburgers. If you are just looking for snacks, then you'll want to head over to the Golden Oak Outpost, where you'll be able to walk up to this old Western-style eatery and pick up quick snack orders like hot and crispy chicken tenders, loaded fries, cookies, and ice-cold soft drinks. Once you finish with everything in Frontierland, you'll head into our next area, Adventureland. And Adventureland is an area where you can live out your dreams of an exotic adventure. From fighting pirates to flying through an Arabian market, this land is brimming with fun and adventure. And the first thing that you'll come across in Adventureland is a pirate's adventure, Treasures of the Seven Seas, where you'll be able to join an interactive hunt for secret treasures that are hidden throughout Adventureland. For this adventure, you'll head over to the Crow's Nest to pick up a secret treasure map. Then you're on a mission to hunt for treasure. When you complete each mission, you'll receive a very special treasure finder card. And after you've collected all 5, you'll get your hands on a 6th and final card signed by Captain Jack Sparrow himself. If you're looking for even more treasure to bring home with you, then you'll want to head over to La Princesa de Cristal, which is a small cart that features crystals from the Arribas brothers, as well as other beautiful Disney collectibles. If you're hungry as you're heading into Adventureland, then you'll want to head over to Tortuga Tavern, where you'll be able to sink your teeth into tasty pirate fares like savory turkey legs, hot dogs, and more. Once you're ready, you'll want to head across the way to our next attraction, Pirates of the Caribbean. On Pirates of the Caribbean, you'll board a weathered barge for a treacherous voyage through the 17th century, when rowdy rogues and ruthless rapscallions ransack the Caribbean seaport towns. During this journey, you'll get to sing along as pirates serenade you with their anthem. And sail past the haunted Dead Man's Cove. Be careful though, because you may have to sneak past some cannon fire near a fort. And throughout the ride, make sure that you keep an eye out for Captain Jack Sparrow. Once you get released from Pirates of the Caribbean, you'll walk right out into Plaza del Sol Caribe Bazaar, where you'll be able to pillage and plunder your way through t-shirts, hats, candy, snacks, souvenirs, and other treasures. Once you're fully stocked on pirate treasure, then you'll want to head over to our next attraction, which is the famous Jungle Cruise. On this ride, you'll head down a 10-minute, 10,000-mile journey with your trusty skipper, who will expertly and hilariously navigate you through the waters. While you're here, you'll steam past lush foliage, butterflies, and waterfalls, and get a glimpse of an abandoned camp overrun by curious gorillas. But the best part about the entire ride is the hilarious dad jokes that will have you giggling about them for the rest of the day. If you're looking for another classic attraction, then you'll want to head across the way into the Enchanted Tiki Room. Here, you'll get to sing along with a lively menagerie of exotic birds, flowers, and tiki statues in this Disney classic. The audio animatronic technology that powers this show's performers was introduced to the world when the Enchanted Tiki Room debuted in 1963 at Disneyland Park. This groundbreaking technology allowed animators to synchronize music, audio, and visual effects, paving the way to other classic attractions like It's a Small World, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Haunted Mansion. Just across the way from the Enchanted Tiki Room is the Magic Carpets of Aladdin, where you'll get to soar around a giant genie bottle and magic lamp and enjoy a new view of the colorful bazaar below you. If you're seated in the front row, you can direct how high or low you fly by moving the onboard lever up or down. If you're seated in the back row, pressing the magic scarab will tip your flying carpet forward or backward. But just watch out for the camel because he spits. Once you return from your magic carpet ride, if you're looking for a classic treat, then you'll want to head over to Aloha Isle, where you'll be able to pick up the famous Dole Whip. The Dole Whip is a fan favorite classic pineapple ice cream treat. However, you're able to find it here in many different forms and swirls. My favorite is the classic swirl with vanilla, but if you enjoy any of the other combinations, let me know down in the comments below. If you're looking to meet Aladdin and Jasmine while you're here, then you'll want to head across the way near Agrabah Bazaar to find them several times throughout the day. Just make sure to check the My Disney Experience app for showtimes. Just past Aladdin and Jasmine is where you'll find Island Supply by Sunglass Hut, where you'll be able to find the perfect pair of sunglasses or sunglass accessories with classic brands like Ray-Ban, Dolce & Gabbana, Versace, Tiffany, Prada, and Oakley. If you're looking for a low-key adventure while you're in Adventureland, then you'll want to head across the way to the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse, where you'll be able to explore the ultimate treehouse and behold breathtaking views inspired by the classic Disney film Swiss Family Robinson. At the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse, you'll tour the island that the Swiss Family Robinson built after they were shipwrecked on a deserted island. You'll start by crossing the bridge at the foot of the large leafy tree and then climb handcrafted wooden stairs. Then you'll explore the living quarters of the famous adventurers and discover open-aired rooms brimming with a bevy of 19th century articles salvaged from the wreck. Then you'll make your way all the way to the top of the 6-story high summit of the treehouse to enjoy 360-degree views of Adventureland and Magic Kingdom Park. If you're looking for a fun place to enjoy a meal while you're here in Adventureland, then you'll want to get reservations for the famous Skipper Canteen, where you'll be able to savor the tropical cuisines of this exotic outpost. At Skipper Canteen, you'll explore the bold, flavorful cuisines of Asia, South America, and Africa with our daring riverboat pilots. While you're here, you'll want to make sure to explore the 3 curiously quirky rooms that include the crew's colonial-era mess hall, which is not quite so messy, thank you very much, the Jungle Room, the former family parlor of Dr. Albert Falls himself, and the Seas Room, a once secret meeting place for the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. Once you make it past the Skipper Canteen, you'll head straight to the Sunshine Tree Terrace, where you'll be able to sip on some sunshine with a citrus swirl. These tasty treats are blended with frozen orange juice slushy and vanilla soft serve ice cream. I highly recommend trying the I Lava You float, which is a delicious Fanta strawberry soda and passion fruit flavor, served with Dole Whip orange and topped with popping candy. It's a really fun, refreshing treat on a hot summer day. If you want something a bit more savory while you're here, then you'll want to head over to the famous Spring Roll snack cart, where you'll be able to find the popular cheeseburger spring roll, which is one of my favorite snacks as I make my way around Magic Kingdom. And if you haven't tried it yet, I highly recommend checking them out because they definitely live up to their hype. And throughout your day while you're in the park, you'll want to make sure that you check the app for parade times. A couple of times during the day, you'll be able to catch the Festival of Fantasy Parade. During this parade, you'll celebrate the spirit of Disney as the Magic Kingdom comes alive with music and dance during this tribute to the Tales of Fantasyland. The parade features a vivid pageantry of Fantasyland and many of its inhabitants as it winds its way through the park in a thrilling parade spectacular. There are a dazzling mix of floats, motion, and original music. And you'll be able to see all of your favorite characters, including the Disney princesses, Peter Pan, and of course, Minnie and Mickey Mouse. But the highlight of the entire parade is this amazing steampunk Maleficent that will end the parade in all of her magnificence. This amazing parade float is 53 feet in length and 25 feet tall when she raises her head. I also love the little details like the spinning wheel that is featured as the heart of the dragon. Also in the afternoon, you'll want to make sure that you catch the Disney Adventure Friends Cavalcade, where you'll be able to see some of your favorite Disney pals as they make their way through Magic Kingdom. Disney Adventure Friends Cavalcade features the most characters of any cavalcade to date, including Maribel from Encanto and Miguel from Coco, plus so many more. You can catch the Festival of Fantasy Parade and the Disney Adventures Friends Cavalcade a couple of times throughout the day, so you'll want to make sure to check the app for show times. They both start in Adventureland and make their way through Liberty Square and down Main Street. You should be able to get a good view of the parade from anywhere on the parade route, which I'll highlight on the map right now. Before you leave Magic Kingdom for the day, you'll want to make sure that you catch the fireworks show in front of Cinderella's castle. The times change depending on what time of year you attend, so you'll want to make sure to check the app for show times. People start crowding up in front of the castle hours before the show, but you should be able to enjoy it the best by being located in front of the castle in the hub area. I have always felt that Disney has the most amazing and magical fireworks show, and to me, they never disappoint. If you are visiting Magic Kingdom anytime soon, you'll be able to enjoy the Happily Ever After fireworks show. During this show, you'll go on a dazzling journey of color, light, and song that captures the heart, humor, and heroism of your favorite Disney stories. Cinderella's castle is magically transformed through amazing state-of-the-art projection technology and astounding firework extravaganza that uses lights, lasers, and special effects. Plus, there's a soaring score featuring contemporary versions of your beloved Disney songs. If you want an extra special time during the fireworks, you can sign up for the Magic Kingdom Fireworks Dessert Party that's located at the Tomorrowland Terrace. For an extra charge, you'll be able to enjoy delicious desserts and an assortment of beverages that include beer and wine, as well as a private area to enjoy an awe-inspiring fireworks show to end your night. If you are spending the day at Magic Kingdom, here are a few tips and tricks to get the most out of your day. First and foremost, if you haven't already, you'll want to download the My Disney Experience app. The My Disney Experience app will be your best friend throughout your day, as it not only provides you with show times and character meet and greets, but it'll also show you the wait times for all of the attractions throughout the day. Even though the Magic Kingdom isn't the biggest Disney park, it is the most popular. So you'll want to expect very big crowds and a lot of people no matter where you go. There are a few quiet places in the park that I have pointed out throughout this video. So if you need to take a break, make sure to head to any of them as often as you can throughout the day. If you do want to eat at any of the Disney sit-down restaurants, you'll need to make reservations. There are a few reservations that are very difficult to get, like the Cinderella's Royal Table, which tend to go very fast. You can start making your reservations up to 60 days before your visit, and the reservations start getting released at 5:45 a.m. If there is a restaurant that you're eager to try, you'll want to make sure that you're online to grab those reservations as soon as they're released at 5:45, 60 days before your visit. If you are staying on Disney property, you are able to make your dining reservations for your entire duration of your trip at that 60-day mark before your arrival. This definitely gives you an advantage as you're able to access a few dates prior to the general public. so you'll want to take advantage and book your entire trip's worth of dining reservations the morning your reservations open up. If you are visiting during the summer between May and September, then you'll want to bring a poncho with you. Summer is our rainy season here in Florida, and you can expect there to be a downfall almost every afternoon. But don't worry, most of the storms only last a couple of hours, so don't let it slow you down while you're here. And speaking of must-need items, you'll also want to make sure that you bring a battery pack with you. With how much you're going to be using your cell phone to check wait times, show times, and taking videos and pictures of your family, you're going to be using your cell phone a lot. And if you don't want to be attached to a wall outlet while you wait for your phone to charge, I highly recommend bringing your own battery pack with you. My favorite is the fuel rod, and if you're not familiar with the fuel rod, how it works is that you can buy a fuel rod for $30 at one of their kiosks, and you can also exchange them here at any of their machines for free. Just drop your dead fuel rod here and it spits out a fresh, fully charged one that's ready to go. And you'll see these fuel rod machines everywhere. They're in each of the Disney parks, Disney resorts, Disney Springs, Universal, and SeaWorld. So it's become a vital accessory for me to keep all of my devices charged, especially on a long film day like this. If you are interested in saving a bit of money on the fuel rods, I'll drop a link to where you can buy 2 of them on Amazon for the same price. Each purchase that you make using the link that I provide you below helps me create more content like this at no additional cost to you. And while you're enjoying your day throughout the park, one special thing to look out for are the hidden Mickeys. Hidden Mickeys are a representation of Mickey Mouse that are subtly added to the design of the park, and you'll find them all throughout Disney World, and they're always so much fun to find. If you are looking for Disney Fast Passes, unfortunately, they are no longer available. They have been replaced by the Genie Plus, and the Genie Plus is an extra paid service that you can add on to your day, and the price fluctuates depending on demand. If you want to shorten your wait time for at least a few rides throughout your day, it's a great service to add on. You are able to purchase Genie Plus at midnight on the day of your visit, and you're able to start making selections for your day as early as 7 a.m. I highly recommend making sure that you start making your Genie Plus selections as soon as it turns 7, because a lot of the most popular rides will book up fast. And you want to make sure that you get at least a few selections in the morning to get the most out of your Genie Plus for the day. If you are planning on taking a ton of photos, you might want to look into getting the Disney Photo Pass. You can get a Disney Photo Pass by purchasing the Disney Memory Maker for either a day or for the entire duration of your trip. It's a great way to get beautiful photos of the entire family while you're here. And with the Disney Photo Pass, you're able to download not only your photos, but your entire family's photos as long as they're linked to your My Disney Experience app. It's been a great way for me to capture a bunch of beautiful memories during the times my family have come down here to visit, and there are several really fun magic shots that you'll be able to find throughout Magic Kingdom and Disney World that you won't want to miss. If you are looking to ride TRON while you're here, they are currently doing a virtual queue for TRON. If they're still doing this during your visit, here are a few tips on how to capture a reservation. First, the virtual queue opens up at 7 a.m. on the day of your visit. Before 7 a.m. on the day of your visit, you'll want to sign into your My Disney Experience app, then head down to the virtual queue, click the button, and confirm your party. You want to make sure that everyone in your party is listed here before the time arrives. If not, make sure to add them before 7 a.m. comes around. Once it hits 6:59, just start refreshing the page until you get the virtual queue button at the bottom. Once you hit the Join Virtual Queue button, you'll be assigned into your boarding group and get an estimated time. However, you'll want to disregard this initial wait time as it's only a default. You'll get the accurate wait time once the park opens. When the park does open, you'll check the app again and get your actual wait time. FYI, they are being very strict on these arrival windows, as a lot of people were making reservations in the morning and then would wait until dark to get in line. So this has caused major setbacks in wait times and resulted in a lot of people who had reservations unable to ride. So you'll want to make sure that you get to the park and scanned in at the ride before your arrival time ends on your My Disney Experience app. If you made it this far in the video, I want to congratulate you because this is a major video. And you can let me know that you made it this far by dropping a little palm tree emoji in the comments below so that I can thank you personally. If you are planning on spending even more time in Disney World and would like to watch more videos like this, then you're in luck because I've got an entire playlist for you that I just popped up on the screen right now. In this playlist, I've got everything from theme park guides, restaurant guides, as well as a few Disney festivals you won't want to miss. Until next time, everyone, I hope you have a magical day and go out and enjoy some Florida sunshine.